I'll give you a really brief description of what I feel about chimes. Chimes are so cool because all it is basically is a piece of brass cut to a predetermined length per note. Then you cap it, you stamp it, you drill it. Goes out for chrome plating or a satin finish, whichever the case may be. And then I get the tube back, and then I want to make it sound good. Now most of see when the brass is drawn, either there's through the drawing of the brass or when it's polished. Sometimes they put a distortion in the wall, which makes as the sound travels down, when it hits the distortion, you'll hear a wow wow or wavering sound, which is very dissonant to the ear. The other manufacturers don't clean it up. They'll bring it to anybody could go, okay, oh, what's this supposed to be? 13 cents? Okay, set it to 13. Remove the material till it gets to 13. You're done. But that doesn't mean it's not going to sound like this. I mean, it is going to sound like that. Now, what we do, we go one step above, and I'm going to clean all that up. Those are overtones that are moving when they hit the distortion. So basically, oh, and by the way, chimes are harmonically not correct. The only note in this tube that I can clean up or bring actually to pitch is the C sharp. There's a third and a fifth in here, and those, if it's 20 cents flat, 20 cents, I'd be drilling holes in the actual tube. So basically, so what I do is I listen to the tube. It's not really that awful flat, so okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm listening to see where I think the damage is. But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark off the overtones. Key note, C sharp. That's the loudest point. I'm marking that off, C sharp. Okay, now I'm going to take the halfway point from the overtone to the cap. To each one of these, the halfway point. 7. Basically, because we're trying to mark off the strongest point. When you have a bow and arrow, when you drop your bowstring back all the way to as far as you can, the strongest point of that bowstring would be exactly in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's basically the idea behind the halfway point. So now I'm gonna determine what I think is messing the tube up, making it sound bad. And I think I'm gonna go with the fundamental. That's a C sharp. And I'm gonna listen on both sides, see if it sounds stronger, faster, louder, something to tell me maybe we should start over here and see if we can just clean it up. Okay, I'm hearing it more on the left side, so what I'm going to do, I'll put it in the vise, and I'm going to squeeze it. Oh my goodness. See, the part about this is you have to always be focused and realize for every squeeze you make, you have to know what it sounds like before and what it sounds like. You have to constantly, for every action, there's a reaction, and I've got to be focused, and I can't be daydreaming about Antonio Banderas. Which I do anyway sometimes, and that's why I can't get anything done that day, but anyway. Now, you see how it slowed down? So I'm going to stay on that side. It's telling me that I'm being successful, so I'm going to move down one.
Well, we really can't see that. We buy that. We can't see where it's been squeezed, can we? Can we actually feel it? Or
no.
It's so minor.
Not really. Sometimes I squeeze the you-know-what out of them.
Okay.
Depending on how fast they're moving. Okay, I'll tell you what. One more, and you know, I got to listen to John. He said I got 2 minutes, and I've probably already taken up 5.
It's not my fault.
No. John is great, by the way. That'd be that. I wish they were all that easy.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I got one right here, that, and the reason it's right here is because it sounds like this, and I'm like,
oh my gosh.
yeah. So the day that I finished that one, I'm gonna be so satisfied. I'm gonna be looking for a cigarette. You know, I mean, for real. That is
Do you play an instrument, or how'd you learn how to do all this?
Well, I sing, and I played the 12-string acoustic guitar until I had my daughter, and that went under my bed, and that was 28 years ago. I do say one of these days I want to build my calluses and start playing again. But I sing, and I have a pretty good ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
know
I'm
what sounds good.
crazy.
It's strictly what sounds good to you.
Honestly, you have that's the main factor. You have to be certifiable to do this.
All day by yourself in a room.
Yeah.